This week on The Rock.
We check in with students on their thoughts on the new high school.
Next, we see how the kitchen is switching things up during lunchtime.
Finally, we find out what's going on in the renovated Hawk Stop.
All that and more this week on
The Rock.
Welcome to the first Rock of the Year, AHS.
I'm Jade Carter.
And I'm Jacob Hoxie.
From all us here at The Rock, we're glad to be back. We have a lot in store for you this coming year, so be sure to keep your eyes on youtube.com/AHSlive.
There's a lot of things changing around the school this year, the main one being our new building.
Since we're always interested in student opinions, Aiden Rattel and Wade Miller went out and asked students their thoughts on the new school.
After a few weeks of experiencing the new school, students are finally settling in. However, some students have strong opinions on the changes that have come along with the new school. Some students enjoy the new school, while others don't like it at all. So now we set out to see what students think about this brand new building.
Like as soon as you walk in, I like how open it is. How kind of like the new high school is more open, and I like the flex spaces.
It doesn't really feel like it was designed for the students. It feels like it was very much designed for the teachers. Like everything about it is just very teacher-friendly and not so student-friendly. Like, some of it felt like it had good intentions. Overall, it's very modern and interesting.
One of the major concerns of students around the school was the prevalence of orange around the school. They asked themselves, why orange? We did a little digging and we found out that was because the architect of the school had spent a week in Anacortes and had discovered that orange was one of the accenting colors of the docks down here. We now go to Bob Knorr for more information.
The project itself is about 4 years old. It began with community members and school people coming together to talk about what the need was for a new high school. We put together a great design team. They came together with ideas. We were able to sell the public on the idea that we desperately needed a new school. And when the community approved that bond, it put in motion the planning of that high school, which was conducted through the architect that we selected, Huddable and Aramis, Mr. Rongren as the building principal, and planning teams from each of the departments. And the actual construction started about 3 years ago on phase 1, which was the new stadium, which is in place now. They moved from the stadium in March of 2017 to phase 2, which we have now was completed in August of this year. And then phase 3 began as soon as we moved out of the old school, and that will be completed in May of 2019. I really think this school is very student-oriented. A lot of thought went into using space in a way that enhanced student flexibility. It's an open school, very much more so than the old school with the narrow hallways and the lower ceilings. It made you feel really packed in and tight. This school is very open. It's supposed to give a sense of a lot of opportunity for students to be involved in learning spaces. I think there's a great deal of flexibility in the space for students in this school that the old school did not afford.
It's nice to see that people are warming up to the new building.
While we're on the subject of the school, we have a brand new kitchen running out of the Commons that's trying to switch things up this year.
That's what I've heard. John Harrison and Abby Davis cooked up a segment all about the improvements they're bringing to the table.
This year, to help encourage better eating habits and support local farms, scratch cooking has become a bigger priority for the Anacortes School District, which is made possible in part to the new state-of-the-art kitchen. As the food distributors for the entire school district, the AHS kitchen staff has taken this opportunity to make big changes in their food preparation.
Not all school districts cook from scratch. I feel it helps the kids, get better eating habits. So we do have quite a list of things that we do from scratch. I just don't think it was as well known before.
The new kitchen has a variety of technology that helps the staff cook efficiently.
Well, we have some fantastic equipment. Our Electroluxes are a big piece of that. We can broil, steam, roast. We can set it to cook overnight, like a slow cook, pulled pork, or things like that. So we're looking forward to trying a lot of that out.
Scratch cooking is not without its challenges, and the kitchen will be continually working on their efficiency and partnership with local food businesses.
Staffing is a big issue with prepping, so we're looking at possibly needing to hire some more bodies. We are a central kitchen, so we cook everything for the whole district and then ship out to all of the elementaries in our middle school. So by the time we get all that done and sent out, that leaves us about an hour and a half to prep and cook for our high school kids. So we'll get through that.
Steve Kreider from Viva Farms tells us more about their new partnership with the AHS Kitchen.
We're a nonprofit training organization working in partnership with the Anacortes school food system. This is our first effort to join forces with the new and beginning farmers of Viva Farms to supply fresh, local, organic ingredients to try to explore how we can get more local and healthy foods into the school system.
And the name of the variety of wheat is called Edison. It was developed especially for growing in Western Washington, regionally adapted seed for the climate conditions of Western Washington.
Viva Farms produces crops in a way that positively contributes to the environment.
There's a new term out there called regenerative agriculture. Part of it is how healthy organic agriculture systems actually take carbon from the atmosphere and capture it and put it in the soil where it does some good. We want to teach and help young people learn about healthy eating and sustainable agriculture.
We're just really excited to be in this new kitchen and learn what it can do for us and what we can do with it.
This is a very exciting opportunity. I've been at this for 10 years, and to see the excitement around Skagit Valley have all really gotten on board to do more local, fresh cooking.
The cafeteria isn't the only place to get food this year. The student store is up and running.
Eddie Clark and John Harrison bring us a segment about the student store and all of its improvements.
With a new building comes a new Hawk stop, and Mr. Wallace and his student store class are using it to the fullest. We stop by the AHS Commons to check in on how the updated space is treating them.
We usually open the doors pretty fast. Everyone just gets in there, washes their hands quickly, and gets straight to their station. Usually the prep people in 6th grade have everything set for us, so we can just start doing what we need to do. I'm on espresso with Ainsley King, and there's almost a pair for like every job. We're selling waffles, and we've got different types of paninis. Now we have iced lattes, and so that's been a real hit so far because we used to just have hot drinks, but now we have cold ones. Most everything is made like right on the spot, so we don't sell many things that are like pre-made. We're trying to just add on to what we have right now, and so we got a soup cooker, we got an oven and a stove, and so we're trying to use those to our advantage.
In the future, the student store is planning on improving their line of products and introducing new ones as well. With a new lineup of panini sandwiches and a variety of fresh soups, there's more reasons than ever to stop by the Hawk Stop at lunchtime. For the Rock at Anacortes High School, I'm John Harrison.
And with that, our first show of the year has been wrapped.
Thanks for tuning in. It's a great feeling to be back in the groove of things here on The Rock, but as always, we'd love to hear your input.
Be sure to send your comments and suggestions to therock@asd103.org, and be sure to check back in next week for a spookier Halloween show.
With that, I'm Jacob Hoxie.
And I'm Jade Carter.
And from our rock to yours, have a great day, AHS.